Welcome, friends, to Thirukkural English Couplet TV. We have been seeing Qurals being explained by me. We have seen up to 34 chapters. Now we are coming to chapter number 35, Renunciation. Renunciation. I have been using a translation, English translation called Thirukkural English Couplet for all translation. Qurals being explained. And I have done this translation using semantical approach, and I have translated exactly as it is, as the Quran is. That means I have brought the spirit and heart of Thirukkural to translation using semantical approach. That is meaning, according to the meaning I have translated, using 4 plus 3 words, using 2 sorts of grammar called Venba and couplet definition, and which you can see in my introductory videos before coming to this one. Now we are coming to this one, renunciation. Renunciation is the 35th chapter. Verily, verily avoid things that inflict pain. He is telling 2 times. Yadanin, yadanin, ningiya nodan, adanin, adanin, ilan. This verily, verily, it 2 people, as far my knowledge goes, this type of repeated things. I mean, verily, verily, avoid things. I advise you, I say verily, verily. This is an adverb used twice. I've seen that in some of the poems, but that also not repeating in this way. It has been said by the philosophers, but philosophers have not said as this way, as Oliver has said. But this is exactly resembling what Jesus has said. He used to say like this, verily, verily, yadanin, yadanin. So, it doesn't, I don't mean that this is a Christian book, but still, it's speaking about truth. Truth is everywhere the same. Truth is truth because it is same everywhere. If you consider a book to be correct, you should consider the truth. So, if it is said here, it should be said in the other book also, which is considered book of truth. So that is in that same sense I could understand which is said in the Bible and here in Thirukkural too. Verily, verily avoid things that inflict pain. You should avoid things which are giving pain to you. Next Quran, renouncing while possessing attitude is real happiness. It is a very important aspect. What he means is, if you don't have anything, if you say that you are an ascetic, and if you say that you have renounced everything, it's not a thing to be admired. When you have everything, if you renounce everything, that attitude is the real attitude. That leads you to happiness. You have everything and you renounce everything. Renouncing while possessing attitude. You are possessing, you do possess, but you are ready to renounce when or while you possess. That attitude is real happiness. But instead, you are ready to dispose of things when you don't have anything. What is the use of disposing of? No use. That attitude, having everything and ready to renounce. That's a real happiness. Next one, for faith life, thou live sans anything. You think that you are leading a faith life. What does it mean? What does it mean? Live sans anything. That's faith life. You should live without anything. Then that means that you are living in faith. Some people they say that They live in faith, but they have everything. If you have everything, you are not living in faith. You are living with wealth. If you don't have wealth and you are living in faith, that means that it's a faith life. For faith life, thou live without anything that stands anything. That this Quran is translated like this. Adal vendum, ஐந்தன் புலத்தை விடல் வேண்டும், வேண்டியவெல்லாம் ஒருங்கு. அடல் வேண்டும், ஐந்தன் புலத்தை விடல் வேண்டும், வேண்டியவெல்லாம் ஒருங்கு. For life, thou live, sans anything. So it's faith. You are led by God, and you believe that God will protect you and provide you. For God, just to have faith that God will protect and provide you, you should not have anything. If you have everything, what is the faith that makes you think that God will provide you? Because you are having that. So faith is something where you don't have anything and you believe, you live a life thinking that, believing that nature, God, cosmic law would provide you. That life is only possible when you have faith. That faith is very important. Faith is something when you have the evidence for your belief. That is what is said in Hebrews in the Bible. Next one, fourth one. Freedom from affinity sans vacillation is renouncing. Freedom from affinity sans vacillation. Vacillation means inability to decide. You should not have any inability to decide. And that is called renunciation. What is renunciation? Freedom from any relationship which should have been decided without any wavering mind. Vacillation. That is called a renunciation. Body itself is burden for renouncing saints. Renouncing saints even think that their own body for them is a burden, because it's leading them to committing some sins or something like that. It's a burden but it's not a burden. It's not actually a burden, but they think that it's a burden because it's making them sin. If they are living in spirit, they won't do that. But what is real is explained here. Deny thyself to inherit the worldly fame. This is the sixth word. Deny thyself to inherit the worldly fame. Mark 8:34, Matthew 16:24 in the Bible. Jesus said, deny thyself. Socrates said, know thee, see out. Thomas Hobbes said, introspect. Jesus said, deny thyself. That means don't think of you as you are. Think of you as if you were somebody else. Then you will find the faults that are within you. If you think that, if you think in your own perspective, you will be finding all good things with you. If you are thinking as if you are somebody else, you will be finding fault with you. So you can correct all those things. Deny thyself to inherit the whole fame. So if you start denying yourself, you will be having all fame. Why? Because for faith life, thou live sans anything. It is answered in Thirukkural. Next one, prone to be obstinate leads to sorrows. If you are very stubborn, if you are obstinate, that will lead you to sorrows. You will be meeting with all sorrows. Don't delay that. Next one, eighth one, greater are the renounces, others are snapped. So great people are those people who are ready to renounce anything and who renounces. Others people are snared in the net. Sometimes they will be caught. So you have to be free. Avoiding eye looking on, helps keep continence. If you want to keep continence, that is keeping yourself away from all wrong sexual indulgence, you have to keep your eye, look on. Look on is a phrasal verb, which means three things: wait, view, and think about. Wait, view, think about. If you look on a woman to lust after her, you have committed adultery already with her. This is what said by Jesus Christ in 5:28 of Matthew. Revolutionary definition for adultery. If you don't want to look on, he didn't say look, don't look a woman. You cannot live in the world if you don't look. That's why he didn't say don't look. He said look on, don't look on. Don't wait for a woman. Don't view that woman after waiting. Don't think about that woman after doing the previous things, the waiting and viewing. I can explain this in a story. Two brothers, two great people, sages, were waiting near a bank of a river. That river was flooding like anything. Water was full. Flood was there. And they wanted to go across the river. They were waiting. And a lady came there. Beautiful lady came and asked the first person whether he could take the lady and drop her in the bank of the river across. The first person said no, because he is a sage. Being a sage, he should not touch a woman, so he didn't want to do that. Didn't do that. The second person was approached by the lady, and the person took her on the shoulder and crossed across the river, dropped her on the bank of the river. And these two people went away, and the lady also went their own way. And after she taking her own way, these people were going their own way. And sometimes after they left the lady, the first person who said to the lady that he would not take that lady on the shoulder asked the second person why he took the lady and dropped. Being sage, how could he do that? The second person who took the lady and dropped her on the bank told that person who asked him why he took the lady on the shoulder, I took the lady and dropped her on the bank already. Why are you taking her till now? This is what is meant by look on. Waiting, viewing, and taking the thought all over. So first person is taking the thought. He was waiting and he viewed, and now he is taking the thought. That's looking on. That you don't do. That is what is meant by looking on, leading to adultery. So Jesus is asking in this word is also explained in Thirukkural. Pattatta kanne. He is telling pattatta kan. Pattatta kan. What is pattatta kan? This I have explained in the Thirukkural article, and one of the research articles which I have written is published in Thirukkural.com, maintained by Agara Mudali, run by Tamil Nadu government, where you can see the explanation of 15 words from Thirukkural. This is also one of the words which I have explained there. Just go to that and you can see things written. So this type of thing will help you keep your continence. Next Thirukkural 350, desire the desireless. You just think you to have the desireless people, to renounce desired desires. If you want to renounce all desires, if you want to renounce all, it may be bad desires. Desire all desires. Desire for the desire. Desireless. Desire the desireless, to renounce desired desires. He says in Tamil this way, Pattuga, Pattutam, Pattinai, Apattai, Pattuga, Pattu Vidarku. The same way it has been translated, sounding, words sounding alike. Desire the desireless, to renounce desired desires. So If you want to renounce desires, desired desires, what you have to do is desire the renounces. Desire the desireless means desire the renounces. Then you will start renouncing the desired desires. That will help you out. That way he explains and makes us understand a few things out of this renunciation. Renunciation is nothing but thuravu. Thank you.